Hello everyone, it's Dr. Khan. Welcome back to my channel Marigo's Guide, and in this video we are going to be discussing about cancer prevention. So let's first understand what is cancer prevention. Cancer prevention is defined as actions taken to decrease the risk of developing cancer. According to WHO, cancer is the second leading cause of death globally, accounting for 1 in 6 deaths in 2018. However, between 30 to 50% of all the cancer cases are preventable. Also, preventing cancer is the most cost effective strategy to manage and control the cancer in a long run. So, let's see how we can prevent the cancer. Cancer prevention begins with two things: risk assessment and risk reduction. First, we identify and evaluate the potential risk factors that can lead to the development of cancer, and then we take some measures to minimize those identified risk factors effectively. Now, as we know that the risk factors can be modifiable or non-modifiable, and since the modifiable ones are easily managed, therefore, the key to the cancer prevention is to minimize as many individual modifiable risk factors as possible. Now, let's proceed with the cancer prevention. The balanced and the nutrient-rich diet play a vital role in cancer prevention. We should consume a variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins as they provide us with antioxidants, fibers, as well as some other beneficial compounds that support our cellular health, and in turn, they protect us from getting cancers. Additionally, limiting processed and red meats as well as foods that are higher in the sugar content and unhealthy fat also decreases the risk of getting cancers. Nutritious diet also helps us maintain a healthy weight, that is another important factor in the prevention of cancer. Similarly, physical activity also helps us maintain a healthy weight, it boosts our immune system and it reduces the inflammation, all of which are very important factor in the prevention of cancer. Various forms of exercises from brisk walking to strength training must be incorporated into our daily lives because they protect us from getting cancers. According to American Institute of Cancer Research, recommended diets, together with the lifestyle habits such as regular physical activity and a healthy weight, they can significantly decrease the risk of cancer by 30 to 40%. And that's about 3 to 4 million cases of cancers prevented annually worldwide. There are some simple steps to take in starting this process of cancer prevention. The first is to assess the personal and the family health history. Here we note down any type of cancer that is present in the first generation family members. Some useful tools are also available to assess the risk of cancer. The first tool mentioned here is the Harvard Disease Risk Index. This was offered by Harvard School of Public Health, and this is a very effective tool in that it not only estimates the individual risk of cancer but also it offers the cancer prevention strategies. This tool is used by anyone, but the accuracy of it is greatest for those who are aged above 40 and who have never had any type of cancer. Another tool is the Gale Model Risk Assessment tool, and this is utilized for assessing the personal risk for breast cancer. Now, cancer screening. Cancer screening is also available and it is widely recommended for the following types of cancers: the colorectal cancer, breast cancer, cervix cancer in case of women, and the prostate cancer in case of men. Then, early detection at the localized stage is also recommended because it can significantly decrease the morbidity and mortality due to cancer. According to stats, 90% of the colon cancer cases and deaths can be prevented by this valuable step of early detection. Genomics and cancer prevention. Human Genome Project contributes a lot towards cancer prevention. It declared the DNA sequence of entire human genome in April 2003. Along with this, another milestone was achieved, and that was the development of genomics. Genomics is a new biology of genetics, and the major focus of the genomic based public health was to understand the interaction between the genes and environment so that it can help us in the risk identification and in the control of cancer. Then the carcinogens. Carcinogens are the cancer causing agents. Many of them have been identified or are suspected. But the response of different people to the carcinogens is different, and that's why the scientists are still working on it to identify why one individual gets a cancer and other does not when both of them have the same risk factors. Now, genetic defect can be present in the one gene or in many genes. The damage can occur in the genes that are involved in the metabolism of carcinogens or in the genes that are involved or deal with the DNA repair process. Now, the genetic defect can be present in one or in many genes. The damage can occur to genes that are involved in the metabolism of carcinogens or in the genes that deal with the DNA repair process. However, in both the cases, the genetic defect disrupts or it alters the cellular process, and in this way, it increases the risk of getting cancers. Now, toxicogenomics. It is the study of relationship between the genetic makeup of an organism and its response to the toxic substances. To simply put, it tries to understand how the genetic information can be used to predict toxicity and disease. It understands the multiple sources or the multiple agents causing similar effects and the similar agent causing multiple effects or taking multiple routes to cause the same disease or cancer. Now, the important discovery related to the cancer suppression was the discovery of P53 gene. This is a tumor suppressor gene and it encodes for the proteins that have a property to inhibit the cancers. So it means that if there is a loss in the P53 activity, the cells are more likely to become unstable and get mutated. And remember that the mutation of the P53 gene is the most common genetic alteration in the human cancers. Now, it is also possible that the genetic defect, when combines with the environmental factor, can contribute to the development of cancer. Let's take a look at these two examples. The first point is talking about breast cancer, and they're saying that there is a known increased risk of the breast cancer in American women born after 1940 who have BRCA1 or BRCA2 mutations. Now, in this example, born after 1940 refers to a time when certain environmental and lifestyle changes began to emerge. There was increased use of synthetic chemicals, pesticides, change in the diet and physical activity pattern, increased use of birth control pills, hormone replacement therapy, and greater exposure to radiations. So, this is an example of gene environment interaction where the genetic susceptibility, when combines with environmental factor, increases the risk of cancer. Now, another example highlights the risk of lung cancer. And here, the air pollution is normally moderately associated with lung cancer. But when it is combined with tobacco smoke, the risk of lung cancer increases significantly. And now there is a gene which is known as GSTM1 gene. This is a metabolic gene responsible for detoxification of tobacco smoke and the air pollution. But this is absent in 50% of all the people. Now, these individuals who don't have this gene, when they are heavily exposed to air pollution, there are very high chances for them to get lung cancer. And this is yet another example of gene environment interaction where the genetic factor, that is, absence of GSTM1 gene, and the environmental factor, that is, exposure to air pollution or tobacco smoke, when they both are combined, they increase the risk of getting lung cancer. Now, this knowledge of gene environment interaction can be utilized in the intervention and even in the chemoprophylaxis of the cancers. So, here we have is a chemo prevention. Chemo prevention is defined as the use of drugs or other agents to prevent or delay the development of cancers in individuals who are at the high risk due to genetic or environmental factors. It is a preventive strategy to decrease the likelihood of occurrence and recurrence of cancer. And the aims of the chemoprevention are to block the abnormal cells from growing, multiplying, and spreading around in the body, as well as it reverses the precancerous changes. It is often utilized in individuals who are having inherited genetic mutations, for example, BRCA1 or BRCA2, or those individuals who are having strong family history of cancer. And chemoprevention involves medications, vitamins, or other substances that have shown promise in cancer risk reduction. In summary, cancer prevention involves regular screening, such as undergoing mammograms, colonoscopies, or the pap smear test to detect the cancer early when it is most treatable. Genetic testing in those individuals who are having family history of certain cancers, identification of risk factors, and adopting healthy lifestyle choices. And that's all from today's video. If you have any question, comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching.